Hai, selamat datang semuanya. Ibu Ani, Ibu Ari, Ibu Arti, Ibu Citra, Mr. Khalid. Welcome to our workshop. Mr. Rian, Ibu Yunita, Ibu Linda, and Florentina. Welcome to our workshop. We are going to start in 3 minutes. Hi, Mr. Khalid from Malaysia. Welcome to our workshop. Thank you for your coming today. Untuk Bapak Ibu, please write your name and also your locations and write it in the chat box now to get e-certificate. Miss Rita?
Yes, you want to start now?
Yeah, we are going to start now.
All right, hello everyone.
Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to our workshop 1, tips and trick in IELTS writing skills. Our speaker today is Miss Rita Yuhadi. Before we start our workshop, I'm going to introduce Miss Rita first. Miss Rita Yuhadi, educational background, is from Magister Management from Saat University, Jakarta, and also Master of Business Administrations from University Utara Malaysia. Ms. Rita is currently working as a teacher and teacher trainer at UTS Insearch Gramedia Jakarta or UIG English Jakarta. And her qualifications, she finished her CELTA or Cambridge English Language Assessments. And also she is a teacher for English teachers, ya Ms. Rita ya, since 2001.
Long time ago.
Okay. More than 10 years. Okay. Bapak Ibu, for today, we are going to give some facilities from this event, of course. Every events or weekly events, we are going to give a scholarship for the first 20 participants, and also free VPT for our English placement test for first 10 participants, and also a certificate. And I'm going to inform that we are not going to send the copy of the slide. Please make sure that you listen carefully and write the point of the presentations from Ms. Rita. How to get a scholarship and book the placement test? You can contact the number they already mentioned in your slide, in your screen, sorry. And also you can also write your name and email and book your seat for the placement test to our email information at studyenglishindonesia.com. And to get a certificate, please write your name and also your locations to the chat box, or if you are watching this video on YouTube, please write on comment on or in the live chat. This is the rundown of the event. Before we start, I do apologize because I sent the wrong rundown in the group WhatsApp. We are going to have a presentation from Ms. Rita from 10 to 11. And then we are going to have a Q&A. Please write your questions in the chat box, comment on YouTube, or live Q&A. I'm going to write your questions in the slide. Okay, Ms. Rita, we can start the presentations now, and you can share your screen.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Now we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 16 participants. Welcome and wait. Sorry. Okay, so today we're going to discuss about tips and tricks in IELTS writing test. All right, now Tasim, can you help me out? When I call a participant's name, I hope you can unmute them, all right? Okay, so before we start, I would like to tell you or to show you some class rules, some kind of class rules. All right, so please turn your video on. Unless if you're multitasking, maybe you're cooking or maybe you're at work, And it means that if you can't fully pay attention to what we're doing here, just write listener next to your name, because during the activities, I might ask someone call your name to answer my question, all right? And if you can't participate fully, then just turn your video off. But if you can participate, I need you to turn your video on, so that, because this is a workshop unlike the previous webinar, so I would like to see some interaction between me as the presenter and you as the participants. All right, and you should always mute your mic unless when I call your name, all right? And I need you to participate actively in all activities. We will have some activities throughout this very short workshop. Usually a workshop will last for 4 hours. That's a workshop that I usually run, but it's only 1 hour. And thank you for Linda and Annie who have turned their video on. So I'm still waiting for the others to turn their video on. And then you can save your questions until the Q&A questions, or if you can't wait, you can type it in the chat box, and then Tasim will read it out later, okay? So let's start. Today we're gonna discuss 4 points. I will show you how to get to know the task, and you should know how your answers are assessed, and then we'll do some practice and how to avoid common mistakes. Right, so with, right, if you're ready, can you raise hand? Or give me a thumb up. There should be an icon of thumb somewhere there. All right, thank you, Linda. Okay, now the next one. Some of you might have known that the test format of IELTS are separated into 2 modules. The first one is academic and the other one is general training. And what you're gonna do, because you are going abroad for studying, I assume, or you are abroad for studying, then you will take the academic reading, writing, the academic module. And then now IELTS has 2 versions of tests. The first one is paper-based. So if you're okay with handwriting and you can wait for 13 to 14 days, you should definitely take the paper-based. But if you are more into typing instead of writing, then I advise you to take the computer-based. And also, I think one of the plus points is that you can wear headphones. So for the listening part, it's going to be easier for you, if you have prepared, of course. And the result is also faster, and you can copy and paste in reading. So you can copy and paste the answers from the text, copy from the text, and then paste it in your answer box or answer sheet. And there's word count, so you don't have to count the words manually. But there's no spell check function if you are using the computer-based. Okay, and then writing task itself, or writing section in IELTS, you will need to write 2 tasks. The first one is a report, a descriptive report. So you would see a graph, a table, or a diagram, and you would have to write a minimum of 150 words. All right, you can write more, but not less. And even if you write more, it shouldn't exceed 170, because it means that your writing is not that effective. And the second task is the allocated time is 40 minutes. You need to write an essay in response to an opinion or a problem. Okay, and you need to write a minimum of 250 words. It shouldn't be that difficult. As long as you've practiced, as long as you've prepared. Sorry. And remember that task 2 is worth more than task 1. So you need to really prepare to develop your ideas and how to write an essay. And we will try to do it today, even though we cannot do much during this 1 hour. Maybe if you want to have extra workshop, you just let Tasim know. All right, so how your writing is assessed. There are 4 descriptors. The first one is task achievement or task response, and then coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range, and accuracy. All right, this is crucial. as a test taker, you must know how the examiners will assess your writing. All right, now Tasim, I sent you two files, two PDF files. Can you send to the participants? All right, what Tasim is gonna send you is this one. So we will send you a copy of writing band descriptors.
Awesome.
You can easily obtain it online from IELTS.org or British Council website or IDP. All right. Okay. So yeah. So most of you, if you wanna study abroad for masters, you would need about 6 or 6.5, depending on the university where you want to go to. And also it depends on your major. For people studying journalism, probably, the university will usually ask for a higher score. So now let's do a quick poll. I hope it works. Right, so can you, right, so I'm sending you a poll. What writing score do you need? All right, I'll try to unmute you all so I can get some answers. Can you see this? Can you see the poll? You can unmute your mic if you want to answer.
Yes, I have submitted the poll.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
I've received some answers. I'll give you 5 more seconds. All right, so let's see. Wow. So 50% needs band 7 or more for writing only, yeah? Where are you going? What subject are you studying? What major are you studying? All right, so let's see. Let's see what you need to do if you want to get a band 7, all right? Okay, have a look at this. If you need a band 7, it means you must cover the requirements of the task, and you need to present a clear overview, sorry, typo, I forgot to change it, of the main trends, differences, or stages. This is from task 1 only, yeah? I couldn't put the 2 tasks together, too crowded. And then you need to present and highlight key features clearly. All right, that's a band 7. For task achievement, again, this is for task 1. All right, coherence and cohesion. If you need a 7, it means your ideas have to be logically organized. And there's clear progression. It means that you are explaining in a structured way and not just beating around the bush. Like maybe you can write 300 words, but all you're saying is just like going around a circle. And then you also have to use cohesive devices such as linking words effectively. Don't overuse or underuse it. And the next one is lexical resource. It simply means vocabulary. So you need to use a range of vocabulary. Don't use too simple vocabulary. You need to use academic vocabulary. Some would advise you to use fancy vocabulary, but I think it depends. You can use fancy academic vocabulary, but use the words that you know. But I cannot go too deep in this area because we don't have a lot of time to discuss this in detail. And then you also have to use less common lexical items. Yeah, this is one of the main problems of students. And you need to use collocation, correct collocation, and then very minimum numbers of errors in word choice, spelling, or word formation. Okay, the last one is grammatical range and accuracy, what we all love, right? Grammar. So you need to use a variety of complex structures. Don't just use simple structures. You won't get a 7 if you use that. And you need to produce error-free sentences, more error-free sentences than the incorrect sentences, and good control of grammar, punctuation, and capitalization. All right, so now let's do a quiz. IELTS vocabulary and grammar, because I'm giving you this quiz because vocabulary and grammar, they make up of 50% of your overall band in IELTS writing. All right, so another poll, you can just submit your answer here. Oh, sorry. Wait. Did you see my slides before? Because I forgot to stop the poll. No, yeah. I was showing you, wait. Tasim, did you see my slides before, or you were just seeing the poll result?
I can see your slide.
Okay, so I don't know about the audience. I hope you could see my slides. This is the slide that I was sharing with you. Lexical resource, and then grammatical range and accuracy. And the next one is the quiz. All right, let's just do the quiz. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so there are 4 questions. I will give you about 2 minutes or 3 minutes to answer. I think 2 minutes is enough. All right, let's start do the test. So I agree with you, Sinta Maulis Yanturi. Writing is the hardest part.
So I send the first link, Ms. Rita?
No need. Let them do the poll first.
Oh, okay.
Can you all confirm that you've seen the poll? Because I haven't seen anyone voting.
There is no poll.
You can just unmute yourself if you want to answer. Hi, Chitra. Can you see the poll? I don't know if people are sitting in front of their computer phone to do the poll. Okay, I've seen some results now. Okay, I need more answers. You have about 40 more seconds. Okay, 20 more seconds. All right, so let's see the result now. It's gonna be interesting. All right, so have a look. Number 1, the correct answer is B. Okay, so why B? Because likewise is similar to similarly. All right. Now, number 2, the correct answer is B, beauty. All right, good. So 40% answered B. Not beautiful, because beautiful is an adjective. Not beautify, because it's a verb. And not beauties, because it's a special. So just one, a beauty. And number 3, many rich people. Oh no, most of you got the answers wrong. The answer should be to flaunt. Many rich people to flaunt their wealth. To flaunt means to show off. And the last one, okay, another, most of you answered it incorrectly. It should be influential. Celebrities are extremely influential in setting fashion trends. All right. Okay. So why did I give you this test? It's to show you that vocabulary and grammar are important. So maybe even when you are doing the speaking test, it's also important, and they make up of 50% of the total band score for your writing. Okay, let's move on. Still have about half an hour. We're gonna take a closer look to writing task 1. The first one is recognizing types of graphics. In the next slide, I'm going to show you 4 graphics, and I need you to write your answers in the chat box. Just write number 1 and then what kind of graph or what kind of blah, 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 right? In the chat box. All right, you guys ready? Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, don't click the link that Tasim gave you, not yet. Just answer this. What is number 1? What is number 2? Number 3 and number 4? Just write your answer in the chat box. Tasim, can you change the, wait, I'm gonna change the settings. So yeah, to everyone publicly. Come on, I wanna see some answers. What is number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4? All right, Ari, even though you're a listener, but you answered, very good. Ari, number 1 is a bar chart. Okay, Ilmi says number 2 is a pie chart. Very good, Ilmi. Anyone else? I think Ilmi is an expert because she got her answers all correct. Number 3 is a flow chart. It's well, it's not a flow chart. It's a process diagram. Number 3 is a process diagram because you see this a process of cement production and concrete production. And the last one is maps. There are 2 maps. All right. All right. So these are the type of graphics that you would see. Yes, very good, Khalid. Maps. These are the types of graphics that you would see in IELTS writing task 1. You will not get the 4 of them. You will just get 1. And usually is chart. It's either bar chart or line chart or line graph. Yeah. All right. So now, like I said before, it's very important to recognize the types of graphics because it will determine how you should answer the question or the task. Now, understanding the task, I would expect people who are in this workshop to actively participate by typing your answers in the chat box, or you can raise your hand and Tasim will allow you to unmute yourself to answer my question. Okay, have a look at this. What are similar from the 2 tasks? I need you to find the similarities. And this time, Tasim, see if anyone raised their hand and let the person answers, yeah? Anyone would like to try? No one's raising their hand. Okay, what if I just call your name? Because last time I said that you should be ready. Firmansyah from Cilengsi.
Yes.
Hello, Firmansyah.
Hello. Hello, Miss.
Hi, would you like to try it? What are similar from the 2 tasks?
Maybe the data mungkin?
The what?
The data.
Okay. Well, you haven't seen the data.
The task 1 is it's about data. Task 1 and task 2.
Yes. Well, it's correct in some ways because you have to explain the data. But from the 2 boxes that I put here, Can you find similar words from the two?
Similar words
Mm-hmm.
below
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
information. Naam.
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you, Firmansha, for trying. All right. I would expect everyone to participate. I got the answer in the chat. The answer is the instructions. Very good. So if you can see the instructions here, summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. You will always see this no matter what the task is about. All right. So why is it important to understand the similarities? Because this is what you are expected to do. You need to summarize the information like what Firmansha said before, the data, but you need to select the data and you only need to report the main features from the data presented, either in a graph or in a diagram or in the maps. And also you need to make comparisons where relevant. All right. All right. So thank you, Firmansha and Ilmi, for trying. Now, why
You're
do you
welcome.
All right. So why do you have to know this? Because it will relate to your task achievement descriptor again. Because you cannot address, look at band 6, you cannot address the requirements of the task if you don't know what you have to do. Again, you have to summarize, you have to select, you have to report the main features and make comparisons. All right. If you don't do that, it means you don't address the task. And then you also need to select features here. That was also in the instruction in the previous slides. Okay, so now I will give you more tips about organizing the information. How would you organize the information in the following diagram? So I will show you a diagram, a process diagram. The one about cement and concrete production. How would you organize this answer? Right, because we don't have a lot of time, I will just tell you the answer for this one. All right, so you should organize the answer with this template. Yeah, I hope I can call it template. So the first paragraph, you will write an overview, which means you will introduce the graph, the table, or a diagram, and then you'll write about the overall trend or feature. And then you'll write at least 2 body paragraphs. Well, it can be 1 or 2 body paragraphs, but not more, I think. Okay, body paragraph 1, you will write about significant trends or features for the previous one. This one, you'll just write about the features. All right, so again, in the first paragraph, the overview paragraph, you will write about the graph or the diagram introduction. You need to introduce the diagram. If you want to take notes, it's fine, because after this, you're going to do practice. We're going to do practice after this. All right, so you need to introduce the graph or the diagram. It's actually been introduced in the task description here, but you cannot just copy and paste. Remember, when you are doing IELTS, when you see the task like this one, like this, you cannot just copy and paste. You have to paraphrase. Paraphrase means that you have to change the words without changing the meaning. Okay, so later on you would have to paraphrase this, because you will introduce this diagram. All right, and then you write the overall trend or feature. So I'll just give you the answer, because what I want to not test you, I want to give you a chance to write, to practice writing, but I'll just give you how you should, what the answer is. Okay, so cement production consists of 5 parts, yeah? The first one is crusher, and then mixer, and then rotating heater, and then grinder, heat and grinder, and then bags. While concrete production is only one process. Through the concrete mixer, put everything in. Okay. I'm not gonna ask, do you have any question? Because we don't have time for questions now. You can ask questions later. All right, why do you need to understand the organization? Because it relates to coherence and cohesion. So if you can logically organize the information and your ideas, and there's clear progression, you can get a band 7. And if you can use cohesive devices, like what I said before, it's linking. One of them is linking words, like this one. This is a process, right? This shows a process. Then for process, you can say first, second, next, after that. Yeah, and there are more. And then the next one. Okay, let's do some practice. Writing an overview paragraph. Let me see if, okay, so you can annotate. People who are using their laptops, can you find the annotate function or annotate features on Zoom? Usually it's at the top. Yeah, wait. All right, yes. Yeah, you can use mind map to write paragraph, but be careful, Khalid, because it's gonna take quite some time to do it. Yeah. Right. Yes, Fanny, you must make comparison main features. Well, and years depending on the type of questions. For this type of question, there's no information about time, so you don't have to write about the time frame, the time concept. All right. So identify the keywords. I've done it for you because I'm such a nice teacher. Just kidding. Okay. Identifying the keywords. The keywords are diagrams, show, stages, equipment, used, making, process, how, is used, produced, and building purposes. What I need you to do now in 2 minutes, I hope you have found the annotation. If you can't, if you're using your phone, there's the pen icon at the bottom, but make sure that you don't doodle on my screen, all right? Okay, can you write the synonyms for these words that I've highlighted in blue? I'll give you 2 minutes. Write a synonym. Okay, I will disable your name so you don't get shy about it. Okay. Picture, very good. Diagrams, but because there are 2, then you should say pictures. 2 pictures. Okay, come on. More. Describe to replace show, all right. Images, all right. Diagrams and charts are different. Figures, the 2 figures. Figures usually is related to numbers. To show, sorry, you cannot use flaunt to show. Flaunt has a negative connotation. It's like showing off. But you are using the word that we discussed before, so it's good. Faces, stages, very good. Anyone else want to try? How about use, is used, and produce? Do you know the synonyms for that? No? All right, so let's stop here then. All right, so for stages, you can change into faces. For describe, to show, to replace show. The diagrams describe, yes. You can also say illustrate. The diagrams illustrate. The pictures illustrate. And for equipment, can we say machine? Yeah. And then how, you can talk about the way or the process. And produce, you can change into create. All right. Okay, so I hope it's quite clear. Procedures to product cement. Okay, good. Procedures and also stages, steps. Very good, very good. I see some good answers in the chat. Okay, so what we're gonna do is Tasim sent you a link. Let me. Can you go to that link before? Yeah. Yes. Can you copy and paste it to your browser? What I need you to do is you need to write an overview paragraph in 5 minutes. Remember, overview should include introduction of the diagram and the overall feature. Like I told you before, this one consists of 5 stages and this one consists of just 1 stage. All right. Let me clear. Oh, sorry. Wait, let me share the screen first, yeah. Okay, this is what you have to do now. Just click on the plus button on the bottom right corner. You just click on it, and then you can write for the title. Write down your name and where you live now, where you're from, and then in write something, you write your answer. Okay, I will give you 5 minutes to do it. You can start now. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing the screen so you can see, well, you can see there, but here I'm showing you this one. Your answer shouldn't be too long. It can be about 2 to 3 sentences only. 2 sentences are fine. Remember, the first one, you need to introduce the diagram. And the second one, you have to write the overall feature. 5 stages for cement production and just 1 stage for concrete production. Okay, you have 3 more minutes. Hi, Amelia, you're residing in Malaysia now, just like Khalid. Hello, Anissa.
Hello.
You need to copy and paste it to a browser, Khalid. just cut and paste or type in your browser bit.ly/UIG workshop task 1. Okay, I see 2 more people writing. I'll give you extra 1 minute, so you have 2 minutes now. Okay, so Fanny and Dwina, can you submit your answer? Florentina, Evelyn, very good. All right, so, okay, no name, 1. All right, so let's just discuss the answers. Let's start with Amelia from Malaysia. All right, so the introduction, creating is combined limestone and clay mix. Okay, Amelia, this is not. I think you need to improve on your overview paragraph because the first sentence is too detailed. All right, it should be more general. It's only introduction of the diagrams, which is paraphrasing the task instruction, not the instruction, the task description. You need to paraphrase the diagrams below, show the stages and equipment, blah, blah, blah. All right, but good effort, good sentence, some grammatical mistakes, but we can, it's not very, well, it's subject verb agreement, but it's still fine. All the process of making cement is the same way of making concrete. Is it the same? I think it's kind of different, yeah. So be careful. You don't want to get the data wrong. Be careful. You need to be very precise on the data description. All right, Fanny, I haven't seen your writing. Let's go to Florentina Evelyn from Jakarta. The picture shows some stages in the production of cement and concrete. So Evelyn, this is more suitable as your first body paragraph. Yeah, not the overview paragraph. Okay, so I don't know who, I'm gonna change it into green. The green one here.
That's funny.
All right, Fanny, thank you. Fanny, you don't need a background sentence. Like cement is one of the most basic materials in building construction. In writing task 1, you don't need that. You just need to directly paraphrase the instruction here. The diagrams below, just show the, just directly paraphrase the task. Okay, so you don't need sentence 1 and 2. And then from sentence 3, picture 1, blah, 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 it's suitable as body paragraph 1. Okay, the last one is Dwina. This is also for body paragraph. All right, so turn out it's not that easy, right? And maybe because you haven't done any preparation course before. So you shouldn't worry too much. Okay, so I have a sample that you can see here. This one. All right, so when I say that the first paragraph, which is an overview paragraph, consists of 2 parts. The first one is introducing the diagram. In this case, a diagram. All right, so process diagram. So this one, the diagrams, you can change show with illustrate, stages with faces. Anyone who answered faces before, good job. Equipment with apparatus. And making, you can change with make. Cement making becomes to make cement. And how it is utilized, instead of saying is used, in the production, you change it from produce to produce the production of concrete for construction. Building purposes is for construction. That is how you paraphrase. And I know that it's not easy to do it in 5 minutes. Some of you may haven't done any preparation course before, so you don't know what to do. But don't worry too much. I really appreciate for people who have tried. And then the next one is, I said it was the overall, right? The overall feature. The overall feature, production of cement involves a 5-stage linear process, or I can say involves 5 stages. And then making concrete, don't forget about making concrete. If you see 2 pictures or 2 graphs or 2 pie charts, then you have to mention the 2 of them in your overall sentence. Okay. Okay, Anissa, if you have a question, you can ask me later after this in the Q&A session, yeah? Or just type your question in the chat box. Okay, so why did I give you this activity? Because I need you to pay attention to the lexical resource. You need to use a sufficient range of vocabulary. If you don't have enough vocabulary, you wouldn't know how to paraphrase. If you don't know collocation, you would pair words incorrectly. And if you don't know about word formation, you cannot differentiate between produce and production. That can be a disaster. Like our previous quiz, beauty, beautify, what else? Beautiful, that is word formation. And you need to master that before you attempt to take IELTS. All right, and how about grammatical range and accuracy? I mentioned in some of your writing before that subject-verb agreement. Like cement production is, or cement production needs. You don't say cement production need, but needs. All right, so that's about grammatical range and accuracy. And you need to use a variety of complex structures. For example, in the sample here, the production of cement involves 5 stages, but making concrete only involves 1 stage. You can add a linking word here. Making concrete, comma, however, comma, is a simpler process. I can say, however, making concrete involves a simpler process. That's why you need to learn about grammar before you attempt IELTS, right? Okay, I don't have much, just one more, which is the writing task 2. Now, writing task 2, we don't have a lot of time because to get an in-depth understanding or practice for IELTS, you either need to join a preparation class or you need to join a workshop, right? So within this 1 hour, I'll try to cover both tasks with some kind of enough practice, but I will also give you some self-study, not homework, so self-study for later. All right, let's take a brief look about writing task 2. Different from task 1, right? In task 2, you will have to write at least 5 paragraphs. And in the introduction, you can write a general statement. Like, I forgot who wrote it before. Cement is one of the blah, 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 building materials that blah, blah, blah. So in writing task 2, it's better that you write a general statement. And then you also have to write the focus or the scope, which means you have to paraphrase the task questions. And then you have to write your opinion or statement of purpose. You can write it here or you can write it in the conclusion, whichever is fine. Yeah, that's why I also put position or a summary. So you can put it here, or you can put it in the last paragraph, depending on the types of questions. All right, now in your body paragraph, the first body paragraph, because IELTS questions usually ask you to do two things, like cause and effect, problem and solution, and discuss two views. Sometimes you have to answer two questions, agree, disagree. What else? That's what I can think now. All right, body paragraph 1. First, you must write a topic sentence to make sure that your sentence is clear, that the reader would know what you're going to talk in that paragraph. And then you will support it with explanation, maybe some kind of description and examples. Right, so introduction to body paragraphs and conclusion. But today I want to focus on body paragraph, and you will do a practice with that. Before that, I'm going to show you two sample answers, and you need to tell me which one get a higher mark, and you need to give the reason why. You can write your answer in the chat box, or you can just raise your hand so Tasim can unmute you and you can tell us the answer. Right, so the question is, some parents think that childcare centers provide the best services for children or of preschool age. Okay, so this is one view. The other view, other working parents think that family members such as grandparents will be better carers for their kids. You need to discuss both views and give your opinion. Have a look at this. I hope it's not too small for people who are using your phone. Just pinch and zoom. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to just scan. You don't need to read very thoroughly. Just scan and write down your answer in the chat box. Which one is better, or which one gets a higher mark? Let's just write your answer as blue and yellow. The one on the left is blue, the one with the blue frame, and the one on the right, the one on the left is blue, and the one on the right is yellow. Okay, I want to see some answers in the chat. Okay, Unita says blue. How the others? Yellow. Come on, I want to see some answers. Both. No, both. I asked you to choose one, Arti. Yellow. Blue. All right. So I want to ask Unita, can you unmute yourself, unmute the mic, and then tell us, why do you think the blue one is or got the higher mark? Unita Febrianis. Don't be shy. Where is Unita? Tasim, could you help unmute Unita's mic?
Yes.
All right.
I
Unita,
did.
don't be shy. Share with us. What do you think? Why the blue one? Or anyone else who wanted to, oh, okay, Unita is on. All right,
Khalid,
Unita.
maybe?
Because it more common in this day, for family is bring her child to childcare center, I think.
Oh, okay, so you focus on the content, but what is right and what is wrong. Okay, thank you, Unita. Now I want to hear an answer from people who have chosen yellow. There's Ani Auli Ilmi, Sinda Mauli, Fanny. Can you unmute your mic? One of those people who I called before.
Okay. I'll try. Well,
Alright.
okay, so the first paragraph, there is a general statement. Some argue that when parents at work, blah, 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 and then the second paragraph is great too. There is many, body paragraph 1, there is a topic sentence, and then argument, and the third paragraph is 2. And however, at the last paragraph, I cannot see the position that is the I don't think that I don't think that the right one it has high score because there isn't any positioning of the writer in the last paragraph. However, in the left one, the paragraph start with I think, and then so what? So what about? I don't think that is good enough or lack of vocabulary. That's all. That's why I choose the right one.
Thank you, Fanny. Yes, you mentioned about vocabulary. If you see the one in the blue frame, it uses some informal vocabulary like moms and dads, and it's a crying shame, which you can use in speaking but not in writing. And then like question time. So what about the grandparents? We wouldn't advise you to write a question in IELTS writing. And also here, Fanny mentioned about the position in the summary. Actually, Fanny, if you look closely, the word although, it shows the position of this writer. So although in our academic English class, we teach the students how to practice using although and why they should use it. So although it means that the writer acknowledges that there are some issues involving trust by sending the children to daycare center. But as long as parents vet each school properly, it means that they check thoroughly. And then the word trumps, yeah, it's not related to Donald Trump. Trumps, it means that it will defeat, yeah, or it will exceed that of unqualified family members. So in the last paragraph, the writer is basically saying that if you choose qualified school, then it's better than having unqualified family members taking care of the children. Yeah, so the correct answer is this answer, the one in yellow, will get a higher mark. And also someone mentioned about the topic sentence. Yes, topic sentence very clear. And also the developing sentences. Okay, I'm sorry that we cannot discuss very deeply about this. It's already 11. But feel free to ask me questions later. I will show you my email address, or you can contact us if you missed it. Okay, so I promise you I will give more practice. So this is the practice. You will need to write a body paragraph, but you only need to write one view only, just like before. This is view, the first view, the second view. You only need to write view, whichever view for this one. The first view is that many people believe that we should protect all wild animals, and the other view is that people believe that we should just protect some of them, not all of them. Remember, these are wild animals, right? Wild animals. Which one do you choose? That we should protect all, or we should protect just some of them? You need to just write one view in one body paragraph. Tasim, can you send the link in the chat? You need to answer on Padlet. Remember, only one body paragraph. If you write more than one, I wouldn't consider reading your writing. Okay? And then we will upload. So it's like a kind of competition. Tasim will think of a prize to give you guys. And we will upload your answer, the best answer, on our Instagram. Okay, so the link is this one. Don't forget to copy and paste it to your browser later on. And you need to submit it today before 1 p.m. Jakarta time. Again, 1 p.m. Jakarta time. Okay, Tasim, can I have maybe 3 more minutes before Q&A?
Yes, sure. Yeah.
All right, so don't forget, before 1 p.m. today, just one paragraph. If you write an essay, I wouldn't bother reading it. Okay, all right, so the last part, avoiding the common mistakes. What common mistakes? The first one, last minute preparation. I've seen it too many times. Like students coming to our center and say that, I want to take a preparation course because I'm going to take the test next week. Okay, what can you expect for studying for a week? Unless if you're a band 6 and you want to increase by half point, but it also seldom work. Right? Don't expect for miracle. You must plan it well. Last minute preparation is not going to be good for your score increase, or if it's your first attempt at IELTS, it's not going to be good. And not understanding the band descriptors, so it's like you're walking blindly to the test. That's why the file that Tasim has sent you, you need to download it and see where you need to be. If you need a 7, you need to understand what the descriptors tell you. Yeah. And then if you don't understand, then you can consult with your teacher. Oh, what does it mean to have a mix of a variety of sentences, a variety of structure? Yeah, you can ask your teacher. Okay, you need to know what the examiners want. That's the key. So IELTS is basically like a checklist. That's why we showed you the organization. Like, do you have an introduction? Yes. Do you have a body paragraph? Yes. But you don't have a topic sentence, then cross out. So it's like a checklist. It's not a checklist. It's like a checklist. Oh, it has this. Then, oh, the vocabulary is very good. So another tick on the checklist. And then lack of planning when taking a practice test. I've seen students doing a practice test, but they're very permissive on timing. For example, someone mentioned that writing is the hardest. It is. So when you do practice by yourself, you need to be very strict. You need to finish in exactly 1 hour or maybe less. All right, just to anticipate for problems during the test. All right, but if you say, oh, okay, maybe I can add 5 more minutes, then your score is, then your writing, whatever score you get, if your teacher gives you, is not going to be valid. Right, and then lack of basic grammar. Basic grammar such as subject-verb agreement. You cannot differentiate between singular and plural. You cannot differentiate between how the use of preposition, and you keep making mistakes in the same area, then you will not get a high score. And how can you some kind of fix that? Well, you need to study, and you need to have, based on my experience, you need to have someone to guide you, because sometimes you would just read your writing and you think, oh man, it's so good, I think I'm gonna get a 7, but then you show it to other people or maybe a teacher, and then, okay, you need to improve on this, and this, then you would know what mistakes you need to avoid, and then what you need to work on. And then lack of reading. I know that today we mostly read, we mostly scroll Instagram, but I know that some of you are very diligent. You read newspapers every day, and you also read, you listen to podcasts, and you also read BBC. There's BBC app, Learning English. You should definitely download it because it can improve on your vocabulary. So don't expect to improve vocabulary in just 1 week. You have to make it a habit. Read every day so that you can expand on your vocabulary. All right, so I guess that's a wrap for me, Kasim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
It's a
Miss
wrap. Oh,
Rita.
this is my email. If you want to ask me a question, sure thing, but do not send me any essay to check and ask for feedback, okay? All right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Rita. Bapak Ibu, if you have any questions, please switch on your video and unmute your voice.
You guys,
questions?
at the beginning of the workshop, I told you to turn your video on, but everyone's video is off. So sad.
Is there any questions or sharing sessions mungkin ya Miss Rita ya?
Okay. Okay, any questions?
No questions?
No questions, yay! It means that it's either they all understood or I was speaking too fast. No one. But I think it was the first one. I think it was very clear that no one needs to ask any question. Okay.
Okay. Actually, Ms. Rita, what is the examiner see or evaluate about our writing? Is it I mean paragraph, or can we use a basic vocabulary, or it must be a high vocabulary levels or something?
Well, it depends what score do you need. If you need a 7, you need an 8, then you have to use academic vocabulary.
Okay.
Especially if you're taking the academic module, it means that you are going to use your score to study abroad, right? So you must, this time you can use it. You must flaunt your range of vocabulary. Wait, let me show it to you. Right, so you see here, if it's a band 7, what kind of vocabulary? You must have quite a wide range of vocabulary. Yeah, don't just use the simple vocabulary. It's different with the vocabulary that we use every day. All right. All right. Oh yeah. So remember the task I assigned as not homework, self-study. So this one. So if you go to the second link, UIG workshop bit.ly UIG workshop task 2, this is what you will see. You will need to write your answer here, and then we will select the best answers, and then we will show it on our Instagram. Okay. All right. So if there's no question, Tasi, maybe you can continue with the next.
Okay,
part.
there is no questions. Okay, actually we already sent the link on WhatsApp group. Please check the WhatsApp group. Okay, wait a minute.
What you need to do is only writing task 2, body paragraph, just one paragraph. You need to choose one of the views, and you don't need to do the writing task.
Okay, Ibu Ani, maybe you can write your phone number or an email. We are going to send to your number and your email. Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Rita. Maybe there is no more questions. So we are going to go to the next informations. Actually, in the next sections, we are going to have sharing sessions. If you have any questions about the study in UIG or study in Australia, especially in UTS Inserts, please join our sharing sessions. Okay. In this month, we are also going to have a info session 3 with JDM6, work or study abroad with or without IELTS. And in the beginning of October, Ms. Rita is going to give the second workshop, improving your IELTS speaking skills. Actually, this is also the important thing in IELTS beside writing skills. And for the next, I'm going to invite my friends, Mbak Loli. Mbak Loli, could you explain about the VPD in bahasa is never mind, in bahasa Indonesia? Silakan Mbak Loli.
Halo semua, saya Loli dari UIG English.
Mbak Loli, suaranya bisa di...
Halo semua, tes, clear mas?
Yes.
Halo semua, saya Loli dari UIG English. Saya akan menjelaskan untuk program UIG English ya. Jadi nanti kalau ada pertanyaan bisa WhatsApp ataupun bisa tanya di akhir. Ini untuk mengikuti program kami, kita itu ada prediksi IELTS ataupun placement test. Namanya itu Version English Placement Test atau disingkat dengan VEPT. Program ini dari Australia. Ini untuk memprediksikan ibu atau bapak setara dengan IELTS atau TOEFL berapa. Ini hanya prediksi ya. Tesnya itu hanya 50 menit. Tapi ada semua skill. Ada speaking, listening, writing, sama reading. Tesnya itu online by komputer gitu. Nanti setelah tes, hasilnya itu akan kami kirimkan atau kami infokan dan kami jelaskan by phone gitu. Sebelum masuk kelas, jika ibu atau bapak ingin join kelas kami, itu syaratnya IELTS atau TOEFL. Tapi jika tidak mempunyai IELTS atau TOEFL, bisa mengikuti tes VEPT ini atau Version English Placement Test ini. Gitu. Next. Boleh, Mas. Oke. Setelah VEPT ya, itu nanti akan kami jelaskan. Jadi VEPT ini O itu overall dan W itu writing. Jadi AE itu Academic English ya, program kita itu ada level 1 sampai dengan level 6. Nanti akan kami jelaskan, Bapak itu setara dengan IELTS atau TOEFL berapa, terlihat dari hasil VEPT-nya. Seperti ini nanti akan kami jelaskannya. Seperti itu. Oke, next. Ini beberapa program kami yang akan kami tawarkan ke Bapak dan Ibu, yaitu Academic English. Academic English itu berbeda dengan IELTS Preparation. Kita ada IELTS Preparation juga ya. Cuman Academic English itu per kelas itu di level yang sama. Sedangkan IELTS Preparation kami itu satu kelasnya itu terdiri dari level 3 atau IELTS 5.0 minimal sampai 5.0 ke atas gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya di bawah IELTS 5.0 tidak bisa mengikuti IELTS Preparation kami. Sedangkan Academic English itu dia level apapun bisa join. Minimal di IELTS 4.0 itu ada di level 1. Tadi balik lagi ke slide sebelumnya, itu ada per levelnya. Ada level 1, 2, 3 sampai level 6 seperti itu. Tadi saya mendengarkan bahwa Bapak dan Ibu juga banyak yang mau IELTS-nya itu tinggi ya, 6.5 atau 7 ya. Nah, kalau yang 7 biasanya buat apply buat PhD. Nah, kami ada program untuk PhD, yaitu Academic English for Research. Jadi ada 2, kita mengadakan workshop for research dan Academic English level 6, itu 200 jam, sedangkan workshop itu hanya 24 jam. Gitu. Nanti penjelasannya ada di bawah ya, Academic Workshop, Academic English 6 atau for Research Workshop, dan Academic English Research. Yang AE itu 200 jam, workshop itu 24 jam. Seperti itu. Workshop Research itu penjabaran dari Academic English yang diambil dari Academic English level 6 ya, jadi hanya 24 jam. Kalau mau lebih lengkapnya yaitu di Academic English for Research yaitu level 6. Untuk harganya nanti nanti bisa tanya via WhatsApp ya. Boleh WhatsApp ke nomor yang di bawah ini. Oke, next Mas. Dan kita juga ada academic writing. Jadi kalau misalnya ibu atau bapak membutuhkan untuk penulisan jurnal ataupun penelitian dalam research seperti itu ada penjabarannya di academic writing. Jadi academic writing itu diambil dari academic English level 5 dan level 6. Jadi ada academic writing confession yang dibahas di academic writing dan juga academic English for research yang akan dibahas di academic writing 30 jam ini. Jadi hanya sekilas aja sih. Nah, kelas ini baru kita buka ya Senin kemarin. Jadi kalau yang mau join masih bisa. Seperti itu. Nah, untuk next kelasnya nanti kita lihat jadwalnya di website kami ya, Pak Bu. Nah, ini untuk jadwal IELTS preparation kelas kita itu saat ini kita mau buka kelas tanggal 21 September, kelasnya itu malam. Senin, Rabu, dan Kamis. Harganya juga kita masih adakan promo ya. Gitu. Untuk jadwal lengkap itu bisa dilihat di website kami. Websitenya yaitu studyenglishindonesia.com. Dan juga mungkin sudah dijelaskan ya, untuk program Academic English minimal dari level 3 sampai level 6 itu bisa apply langsung ke beberapa university yang bekerja sama dengan UIG English atau UTS Insert, yaitu ini dia kurang lebih 60 university yang menerima sertifikat akademik English kami tanpa IELTS. Dengan syarat tertentu ya pastinya. Seperti itu. Oke, ada pertanyaan ya? Sudah ya, Mas? Oke, jika ada
Sudah, Mbak Loli?
pertanyaan, ya sudah.
Okay, Ms. Rita, is it okay if there is the participant asks in Bahasa Indonesia or?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Jika Bapak Ibu ada pertanyaan in Bahasa Indonesia, it's okay. If you do not have questions, we are going to make a closing statement from Ms. Rita.
Mau bertanya boleh?
Boleh, Ibu Ani Awal Ilmi.
Iya, terima kasih. Tadi penjelasannya bagus untuk Miss Rita. Tapi kali ini saya sebenarnya mau bertanya untuk Mbak Loli.
Oke.
Ya, penjelasan sebelumnya saya cuma mau mendapatkan klarifikasi langsung. Penjelasan sebelumnya, beberapa penjelasan dari staf UIG yang lain, saya mendapatkan informasi bahwa salah satu universitas yang bisa menerima AE itu adalah La Trobe University dan termasuk di kampus Melbourne. Kemudian saya tadi baca sekilas, apa itu benar apa enggak, La Trobe yang universitas yang diterima itu hanya universitas yang diterima itu hanya La Trobe University Sydney. Jadi yang mana benar ininya apa dua-duanya atau salah satunya saja?
Mas Tasim boleh ditampilkan list university-nya, Mas?
Iya, soalnya saya baru saja juga buka webnya, saya masih lihat La Trobe University Melbourne. Salah satu alasannya mengambil AE5 sebenarnya adalah itu. Karena saya melihat ada La Trobe University Melbourne.
Yang menerima sertifikat kami di sini ada catatannya, yaitu La Trobe Sydney Campus itu menerima ya.
Ya, makanya saya bertanya karena di penjelasan dari UIG staff yang lain sebelum saya mengambil AE5 itu ada La Trobe University Melbourne, kemudian saya juga membaca tadi baru saja saya buka webnya itu masih Melbourne, ada kampus Melbourne. Jadi benarnya yang mana nih? Karena di sini saya cuma lihat cuma satu.
Oke.
Ya, itu saja.
Okay, we are going to thank you Bu Ilmi for the questions. Mungkin nanti Mbak Loli
mungkin
bisa kontak.
Ya, nanti nanti Bu Ilmi bisa kontak langsung ke saya ya Bu ya. Karena yang saya baca ya di list university 60 university kami itu La Trobe Sydney Campus dan Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology atau RMIT. Nah, untuk yang Melbourne tadi nanti akan saya jelaskan ya via WhatsApp ya Bu ya.
Boleh.
Ya.
Oke. Thank you so much Mbak Loli. Ada pertanyaan lain untuk Miss Rita?
There's a question. How much does VPT cost?
Untuk VPT itu kita kenakan biaya 200.000, tapi untuk student yang mengikuti event kami atau webinar kami itu semua kami berikan VPT 100.000 untuk biayanya ya. Seperti
so
itu.
People who are attending this session, they only need to pay 100,000.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much Mbak Loli.
Yes, it's only 100K.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
so before
you
you
so
close
much.
the session, Tasim, I would like to remind everyone to try your best. Please don't share it to your friends. Yeah, this is only for people who are attending today's session. Write down your answer here, just one body paragraph, and then we will post the best paragraph on our Instagram. All right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Is there any closing statement, Ms. Rita, before I close the workshop?
Well, just remember the first point on avoiding mistakes. Don't do last minute preparation. You have to
Okay.
start, especially during this pandemic. You have all the time in the world for most of you because you study at home, maybe you work from home. Then just use this time to study and prepare for your IELTS. So when the pandemic is over, then you can start registering for the test and you are ready to take the test. Just use your time wisely.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Rita, for your time today. Terima kasih banyak sekali lagi, and see you next 2 weeks from now in improving IELTS speaking skills. Terima kasih sekali lagi Bapak, Ibu, and all participants untuk absensi. You can write your name in the comment chat or live chat in the YouTube. We are going to share it in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much untuk kehadirannya hari ini. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and bye bye everyone. See you next week.
Bye.